least we can forward it to other people as well. That
I
hey,
started recording. Yeah. Okay, Pradeep bhai, it's
Okay.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Can you share the slides? I cannot start from here on my end
Sure.
for whatever reason. I
Yes.
can see it. I asked Praveen to join yesterday.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all. Before we start, I think we do a Namaskar mantra. Kinjal, please go ahead and recite. Thank you.
Pradeep uncle, I cannot recite. I'm actually driving.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Parul, can you do it?
Yes,
Please
I
start.
can do it.
All right.
Bear with my voice.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, okay. Om Namo Arihantanam. Om Namo Siddhanam. Om Namo Ayariyanam. Om Namo Vajayanam. Namo Loe Sabasahunam. Eso Panchanamukkaro. Savvapavanasano Mangalanam cha Savvesim Paramam Havai Mangalam Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Okay.
Jai Janendra to all.
Chandra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra to all. Thank you very much for joining. And so I think before we start, I think I'd like to give second slide, please. Next one. So definitely we are there. We are here to honor our Praveen Bhai Shah, expressing our deepest gratitude for 4 decades of service without being tired, continuous support to Jaina education, all more than 40 years. I think I put a 4 decades, but I think it could be more than 40 years. So thank you, Praveen Bhai. With your guidance, we'll go further. After you retired from a position, committee asked me to lead. It is very hard to fit in your shoe, but I will try my best with the support from all of you to succeed and go further. Thank you very much again, Praveen Bhai. Next one, please. The Pathshala network, what I would like to do, introduce each of us in 1 to 1.5 minutes and go next slide. Like these are the small bubbles we have, bigger bubble. So introduce all of you, starting from Virendra Bhai, please go ahead.
Jai Janendra. My name is Virendra Shah. I have been working with Praveen Bhai and Pradeep Bhai since I would say 1995, 96, I believe, when we arranged a Pathshala teachers conference here in Los Angeles. At that time, I was the president of the Jain Center of Southern California. And since then, I have been associate. So I'm the person most of the time who ships the books to you, all these Jain Pathshala books. And that's my primary role. And other than that, I have a team of a lot of talented people with me who has also always helped us through all these things. Jai Janendra.
Thank you, Virendra Bhai. Parul?
Yes, Jai Jinendra. I am from Atlanta and I have been teaching Pathshala for last 15 years and have been with a lot of different age groups and we were fortunate enough to have a hosting convention here, Jaina convention. And at that time, I was the JAB coach, the lead coach here. So it was a great experience that time. And also I had some exhibit that I had put up related to the 6 elements of Jainism. So those are the contributions I had. But yes, I would love to be part of this team and in any way I can help and contribute. So yeah, thank you.
Okay. Who is the next one? Vinita Parekh, is that correct?
Yes, Jai Janendra, everybody. My name is Vinita Parekh. I'm one of the coordinators from the Jain Society of Greater Detroit. Along with Jaimik Bhai Shah and myself, we've been running this Pathshala. We recently actually took over from our older coordinators, Himesh Bhai and Manish Bhai Shah. And I have a teaching background, teach college students and teach Hindi and been part and associated with Jain Pathshala with essay competitions and numerous other activities. And we are really delighted to take this forward. As newer coordinators, it would be a year that we've taken over the Pathshala, and our goal is to increase student participation. And we are just delighted to be part of this group here and where we can share ideas and learn from each other. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Okay. Raj Bhai, Raj.
Jai Jayendra and good evening. This is Raj Salecha here. I'm based in Los Angeles. Been associated with JAINA Library and Education and all the various activities since 2013, working along with Praveen Bhai, Virendra Uncle, and many coaches and Pathshala teachers and everything. Been also involved in JAB, our Jainism blog committee, our new website, our Jain QQ website, our Jain GPT projects, our book scanning, recycling projects, a lot of our presentation, a lot of our book materials, scan documents. So yes, have been fortunate to be able to connect with so many people and then work alongside. So thank you. I'll be helping Pradeep Uncle and Veeran Uncle for anything related to that we can help with the Jain education here. Thank you.
Thank you. Nimisha.
Jai Janendra. My name is Nimisha Astagiri. I am the Pathshala director at the Jain Sangh of New England in the greater Boston area. I've been a Pathshala teacher, I want to say about 15 years. Became director about 4 years ago. So also filling big shoes of Hemant Bhai Upadhyay, who had started the Pathshala program actually at Jain Center of Greater Boston, and then when the Jain Sangh of New England started. So he had been Pathshala director for many years prior to me taking the reins. I want to say, yeah, I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really excited of Pradeep Uncle and Virendra Uncle, starting this connection with all the Pathshala coordinators. I grew up in New York, was part of the initial Pathshala groups and stuff like that, in Jain Center of New York. So for me, finding ways to teach Jainism to the next generation. I think Pradeep Uncle knows about some of the musical dramas that I've written and directed, where we're really trying to teach Jain philosophy and our practices, right? Using Western culture. So we've done this with like the Star Wars or Willy Wonka theme, but really bringing in a lot of our Jain. Principles through that. We did Avatar: The Last Airbender. So these are things I'd be happy to share with the larger Jaina community. And in addition to that, we've also been playing a lot of putting together like Jain songs and stavans and all of that, but in Western music. So we have a Jain Bhakti ensemble that we've started. So that's a music extension. So the Pathshala community is definitely thriving, and looking forward to learning from you all and sharing some of our work as well with the larger community. So thanks for including me in this.
Okay, thank you. Kinjal.
Pranam, everybody. Jai Janendra. My name is Kinjal Muta, and I have been a Pathshala teacher for about 12 to 14 years now. Me and my husband Pritesh Muta, we ran a Pathshala in Richmond, Virginia for about 7 years before we moved to Houston. Here, I'm in a role of a Pathshala teacher and also a Pathshala committee member. Our Pathshala coordinator, Mona Bain, has joined the call. So she will shed more light on what programs and everything we have. And I've been associated with Jaina, not associated, but I've been in touch with Praveen Bhai and everybody due to my role as an admin of the USA Pathshala Teachers WhatsApp group. There are about 340 teachers there. We are hoping to make the community more interactive and sharing of resources. So that will be helpful for all new and experienced Pathshala teachers. So everybody can take advantage of that. And besides that, Pradeep Bhai Darshana Bhai, I've known you for so many years. It's been so wonderful. You've always shared all your knowledge with us when me and Pratesh came to Chicago. So please let me know. Both of us are available for any help we can give to Jaina education.
Thank you, Mona.
Hi, Jay Jinendra. I just started to become a coordinator last year, but I've been in a Pathshala committee for last almost 25 years. Teaching in Jain Society of Houston, it's amazing. We have almost 270 students from toddler to 12th graders and almost 55 teachers. And serving as a Jain community as a coordinator, it's like it's a excellent journey, I would say. And Kinja will tell you that we have one of the best programs, including the JAB. And I am coaching the Jain Fellowship of Houston, the youth program for last 10 years and helping the youth to be, volunteer and how to involve to the Jain Center and how to do the bake sale to collect all the money and then donate. They donate every year to the charity program. So, and Kinjal is helping us a lot from the Jaina side. And we are very excited to, be joined with you guys. If you guys need any help or anything, let us know and we would love to help you. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll give it to Darshana, my wife.
Jai Jinendra. I'm Darshana Shah, and I have been with Chicago Pathshala since 1998, and been teaching high school students. And I have been education secretary for two years terms, and I have been part of the Jaina All Education Books with Praveen Bhai, working with Praveen Bhai since 2000, somewhere around 2000, yeah. So we have been working with Praveen Bhai for all the publication of all those books. And that is, that's our journey here.
Thank you. Okay, I'll give you my introduction, of course. Pradeep Shah. At present, I'm Education Secretary and newly appointed Chair for Jain Education after Praveen Bhai retired after 40 years. It is very difficult to put myself in his shoe, but I will try my best with all of your support. I've been Pathshala coordinator teacher since 98. Our journey, Pathshala started like only 12 students, 16 students to begin with. Now we have approximately 490 students, and I do adult class based on various scriptures. I do most of the PowerPoints, combining some of the modern concepts also. So that is my journey. We have been involved with the too many projects at the Jain Society of Chicago. Like if you visited a Jaina exhibition last year, that was the effort of myself, my wife Darshana, and Dhiren Solanki. We did put that. So we did a lot of, and also you must have seen the production of the play Om Aim Namaha based on a Jain history. And one thing I mentioned, Nimisha, thank you very much for sharing your file. We had a successful Karmic Forces play in 2018. With your help, it was very easily doable. So thank you all. So that is my journey. I've been with Praveen Bhai probably 1999 or 2000. At that time when I met Virendra Bhai first time, and since we have been working together as a lead education developer at that time, I've been helping in Praveen Bhai all of his journey. Thank you all. Go with the next slide now.
Somebody has joined.
Somebody joined? No, it doesn't look like it.
I heard
Yeah, you heard it, but maybe this.
I think Vinita Ben rejoined.
Okay, all right. Can you put Raj? Can you put the next slide, please? Okay, so my role as a chair for Jain Education, immediate plan YJ 2026. Normally, as soon as I got appointed as a chair, I talked to YJA because I know Praveen Bhai has been going to almost every single YJA, displays the Pathshala books and information about the e-library, etc. So I asked Jaina, you chair, YJA chair, and he said that would be definitely plus. So, and they said, Praveen uncle does only one or two sessions. I said, like to do one, and that's what I'm doing right now. So what I'm going to do there, we have a set of Virendra Bhai has said send the books to YJ representative. So we'll display all Pathshala books. We'll put the Pathshala information and the QR code information so where they can download all the books, information about Jaina e-library, Jaina blog, Jaina quantum. It would be on a display booth at that time. And I'm also part of the one of the panel members for Jains in Action. So where they ask young students to submit the business plan. And again, I don't have a business background, so I explained to YJ. They said that's fine, you can review it. So hopefully, I can be influential to them and helping them. There are 6 or 7 groups. They are going on a small business trip and making IPO kind of mock trial kind of thing. I have to judge them. We are 5 members, and we don't know the 4 people. So that is my short-term involvement as a chair of Jain Education at YJA. Okay, please, next slide, please. So I think immediate curriculum says Pathshala textbooks. I look at all the books based on my observation with Virendra Bhai's Jaina e-library site or Pathshala books. 3021 part philosophy practice 1 has been used very extensively by many centers as a basic book. At Chicago, we modified that book to a little bit include more information. So what I would like to do, I can share my short soft copy, what we use it, and make it how we can make it user friendly for the modern youth with a more interested, more interactive lesson plan. So these are the I'm searching for the ideas. That is my first chap first step I'm planning to do. It could be it says immediate plan. It could be lasting 1 to 2 years. As we know with the Raj and Shwetaben's experience, JAB manual takes so many revisions since we start. So this can happen the same way. But we like to publish that book. I know it's modern technology time, people don't carry the books, but I think having a book, 1 or 2 books would be definitely a plus for Jain household. Like when Praveen we did a storybook and first steps Jainism book, it was very highly appraised by too many people. Because if you look at that book and your coffee table, people would grab that book and look into it. So this is my first kind of a adventure I will be taking with all of your support. What I'm going to share detailed plans in the email. What is my vision? I'm open for all suggestion. Other book I'm thinking again by looking at all the books, China alphabet book where it says A for Ahimsa, all the pictures are very old. Now we need to make it a little better version. We can make a better title and kids friendly because that book at Chicago we are using that book for level 1 and 2, which is basically 5, 6, and 7, 8 years old. So how we can make it again? All books can be modified down the road, but these 2 books we can take an action and hopefully it's achievable in 1 to 2 years. So any comments on that thing, or I'm open for suggestion on that alphabet book and Jain philosophy practice 1 book, and that like a Jainism JES 302. So here I'll pause it for some discussion. Kinjal, Nimisha Ben, give me your opinion. What do you think?
I think that is yes, I think it's an excellent move. The JAINA alphabet book, in addition to the things that you shared, I also feel the text itself is a bit higher language, right, than the age group that we were targeting for that alphabet book. So I think, yes, you're mentioning about 5-year-olds are just starting the English language, and I think the vocabulary is also there. So in addition to the pictures and other things, yeah, I think the language could also be a lot more age appropriate. So I think that makes a lot of sense. And the philosophy and practice one, yes, I agree with you. The philosophy and practice too, by the way, like because I teach the high schoolers, I think that's incredible. I love that book. So I think the practice one could do more there. Oh, the other thing, by the way, for practice one and maybe in practice two, there's a lot of text. There's a lot of text. And what we've been doing is we're creating these concept graphs that basically connect concepts together. So there's visual aspects of learning these things and connecting the dots between, because you're studying, the karma hoy ke the 14 gunakstanaks or this and that, and how do they all connect together? I think Jain philosophy is so rich, and the systems thinking about this connections. If we can show, we have some graphical image, I like some graph thing, I think at the end of a practice 2 book, but I think in practice 1 we can start bringing forth some of these types of diagrams essentially of our concepts. I don't know, that's just an idea I'm throwing out there, but I do think that some sort of multimedia aspect of it in a book form with different visuals as well as the text could be useful. Yeah.
Well, I think there's an excellent suggestion. I think, as I said, we all can do all the books like that, but we can take a one or small project to begin with, alphabet book and philosophy 302. We can start taking that, and then once I get all the information, I'll compile the to-do list and I'll assign. So I ask somebody to lead that project also. I'll be helpful, and Darshana will be helpful too.
You can volunteer.
And-
Who wants to take the project? Whoever wants to take the project.
Who wants to take the project? What I can do on my end, yes, I agree with alphabet book. It's a very heavy textbook. So I'm collecting some books from India. Now, because of the digital you mentioned, there is a digital Pathshala in India going on right now. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, anybody. There are more than 20,000 students across. I just found out like 6 or 8 weeks before, and I've been communicating with them and getting some information from them.
That's amazing.
Yeah. What only catch is now I like your, it is only one sector in base. So we cannot accept that at Jaina level right now. We need to be sure it accommodates all the traditions, Shatambar, Digambar, Therapandi, Rajchandra. We don't want to put in one heavy site on what philosophy. And if you notice, all the textbooks are 95%, it's totally acceptable by all. Some differences are there, not a whole lot, but not a big one. So that is our goal right now. And again, what Praveen Bhai has started, which is we do not take any copyright material from anybody. If it is open source, then we can take it. So I think I will put an action plan for these 2 books and send it to all. And I'm hoping out of this, people who join, Nimisa, you can take a lead on one project, Kinjal take a lead on another project. Not that once you lead, you have to do everything, but at least you can channelize your resources and how to do it and what to do next. Because considering your age group, you're younger than me and Darshana, of course, so you will understand the children philosophy and psychology more than me and my wife would understand. Any other? I'd like to hear from people who didn't. Go ahead. Go ahead, Rajbhai.
I would just like to add, since you talked about, so at the Detroit Pathshala this year, we actually got books from the digital Jain Pathshala, and we've been using that for this past year or so. And the response from the teachers has been really good, especially because of the audio video material, especially for the younger classes, the stories. So we looked through the entire curriculum of the DJP Pathshala, and we took topics that would apply for our students that live here. And based on that, we designed the entire curriculum, and the teachers have received positive feedback from the parents, and the students are enjoying. And as I mentioned, the video content, especially the stories, the animated stories, and the niyams and the simple practices that we can actually have students do at home, has been really good. We have all the sets, and they have designed it up until group 7, which is around grade 6 and 7. And for the older kids, they're still developing, and they have it in Hindi, Gujarati, and English. And we've got the English books. So that's all I wanted to share. And if anyone needs more information, we'll be more than happy to, connect with some of our teachers who've been using this and sharing this with everybody here.
So definitely I'll be in touch with you because I'm reviewing DJP material right now. And I also got some information from other Acharya Maharaj disciples. I don't know the name of the books. These are also excellent books. So maybe we can use your experience with DJP and find out what to do next to incorporate and how we can do it.
Absolutely. I think their material is really good, especially the video material, the interactive material that they have created has been very helpful to keep the students engaged in the class. And along with the books, the textbooks too, they're really nice. I mean, we've taken topics that only apply to our students that are living here. Some of the topics may not apply, so we've not included that. So we could definitely walk through and discuss this in detail because we used this past year.
Okay, great. Can you email some of the teachers who are using these books so we can?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I could share that information of all the teachers that have been using
Sure.
this material.
All right.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Virendra Bhai, go ahead, please.
Jai Janendra, my idea is that definitely we want to target Jain alphabet book and we want to target Jain philosophy in practice book. But all these books, include all the physical books particularly, since we print them as an ongoing basis. So whenever, we should keep all the time, we should continue to collect any and all information or updates or whatever critic people say or whatever they want to include on an ongoing basis. So that way, whenever we are ready to print a specific book, we can, before printing that, we can incorporate any worthwhile suggestions in there. So this should be an ongoing project. Obviously, we can start with these 2 books, but I think we should do that with each and every book. That it's an ongoing project. It's not just like these 2 specific book only, but any other book, just keep updating as they are. And when we are ready to print, we will incorporate those updated versions to the physical print.
Okay, that's a great idea. No question. Okay. Somebody raise their hands.
Pradeep, I had a comment on the 302 book. That is the book I'm currently using for my 5th and 6th graders. There's a lot of material in these books, and I think the way they were written, English language has evolved too. So one of the targets should be to make it easier for kids to understand when they read, just, because after like 10, 20 years, English language, like kids these days cannot understand some of the vocabulary or what we are using in those books until we explain to them. So to make it more kid-friendly in a way, and then like Vinita Bain said, kids absorb knowledge by different ways, visually, audially. So one way we can incorporate that in physical books is have QR codes to stories or animation videos that explain concepts. And then we can have maybe like a link or QR code for a Kahoot quiz in the end. So, kids can enjoy that or do by themselves at home if they want to, or the teachers can assign it without having to, do it by themselves. So
Okay.
couple ideas.
All right. Okay. Anybody wants to? Rajbhai, what is your take?
No, all great ideas. A lot of things can be done, worked on. though, and even our the one WhatsApp group that we have, Kinchal Ben have it. We have a lot of good materials from a lot of Pathshala teachers, Pathshalas, right? So it's great to actually embed all of them in a book format, but as well as a lot of this digital curriculum can be also created, revised, and kind of standardized along with help from all teachers. That way, this whole digital curriculum, very easy to change, very easy to update, very easy to share. And most of our Pathshala in US are already equipped with the digitization. So apart from books, all these things will also help, uh, which I think, and very easy to keep on updating and manage them for better coverage.
Anybody else wants to give any suggestion?
Vinita Ben wanted to say something?
Yeah, the only suggestion that whatever as we do, I'm just thinking, and as it's been a year since being the coordinator for Pathshala, I was thinking, and I'm so glad we have having this meeting. I was thinking we also teach Hindi classes at our Derasar, and what I've seen when students say, so we have the Hindi USA sending us the curriculum, the books, they take the exams. So I was thinking on the lines of standardizing the curriculum in such a way that the end of the year, if JAINA can create a, uh, where JAINA gives certificates, medals, and through the fixed curriculum where we kind of evaluate the kids, because these days what I see a lot of parents take it seriously. So this was the first time in Apachal we actually introduced exams, a midterm exam and a final exam, and end of it we are going to actually evaluate, and in August when we meet we are going to reward all these students, because I think the whole factor is how do you make these students accountable, in the sense that you're doing all these classes, various other classes, but when it comes to Pathshala they think, okay, it's very convenient, I can go. We've had some issues with attendance and all of that, so we're trying to put these kind of processes where people will show up, will take it a little more seriously, just because they think it's Jainism. Okay, I can miss it. And I really feel when we have standardized things like the curriculum, the way it's been taught, and then we have at the end of it maybe a certificate or a reward of some sort at the end coming from China, I think the impact will be much larger than just coming from our Pathshala. That's an idea that I wanted to share. I'm not sure if other coordinators have thought about something like this, and if you've done, I would love to hear from you.
No, just give one quick. We don't do the award ceremony, but we do graduation ceremony. But there are two competitions we held. We've been holding for last many years. One is a speech competition, one is a study competition in Chicago Pathshala. And speech competition is usually participated by almost 65 to 70 participants, 10 or 12 are adults. Like, but all three younger age group, they get a very heavy prize, $101 for first, second prize, $75, participant $21, they get a trophy. Same thing with the study competition. That is really encouraging. And again, for the JAB, we promote our kids to go participate in JAB, and we give it honorarium for them to participate in JAB competition also. So that is what we do.
Yeah.
So
I
I
mean, we
think
do that too at Derasar. We have this Tavan Stuti recital competition. But what I was thinking, maybe like how Hindi USA does, is sends us certificates from Hindi USA, and that adds a lot of value to it. So even if we have like JAINA certificates, which we can just give to our students, hey, you completed the curriculum from JAINA successfully, and here's a certificate coming from JAINA, where we sign and we give it. So something like that. That's what I was talking about.
We did discuss this, Vinita Ben, sometime like a couple of years ago with Praveen Uncle's idea to have a centralized exam for every grade and certification from JAINA. The problem was that we didn't get much traction from the Pathshala itself. So we did proceed on that at that time. But if this works, we are happy to do this. We already had built a couple of question papers for, I think, 101 series, 202 series, and then for reference books at the higher levels also. And we can reuse what we have in JAINA also, like couple of them give the exam and then they get a certificate from JAINA as well as the Jain Center's president signed on them. So it's valuable to them.
It's exactly, that's what I was meaning to, that's exactly what I was emphasizing on. I feel it adds value because I've seen that with Hindi. So I think if we could do something like that with Jaina, that would be really meaningful, where the parents will also see, oh yeah, my kid came the entire year, and this is, I mean, it's another way of looking at it. So yeah, if that's something we can do, that would be great.
All right. Parul, you have some comment?
Yes. So I would agree with Vinita Ben, because we at my Pathshala, I am the last class. So the student retention is always a issue. Like by the time they are at a certain grade, they have some academic at school, which is kind of getting them busy and all those kind of things. And then by the end, like I'm the last class, so level 6. So by that time, they are almost like high school students. So by that time, it's like very few people stay back. And for them, the priorities are always, of course, being school and their own things. That's the most priority. So if we have some kind of system which kind of, from through Jaina, which kind of gives them some kind of recognition, some kind of award or certification or whatever, if that can add a value, that would really help. I feel the same. So I agree with Vinita Ben. And also, as Virendra Bhai mentioned about all the books, I have been doing the 401 book, and I feel there is a lot of changes we can make there, because it's heavily on philosophy, and at a certain age, for a certain age group, that is not very compatible with their kind of understanding. So I feel if we can change some things on that book, that would really be helpful.
401, yes.
Yes, the 401, yes.
Okay. Do you want to say? Okay, my statement would be, Praveen Bhai and I talked, if I believe, in a San Francisco convention 2003 or 5 about the teachers. And there was a presentation. I and Praveen Bhai got together. You talk about the students' evaluation. We established so-called Pathshala teachers aptitude test. So Pathshala teachers, how much they know how to teach. So that is the one thing I suggested to our center in 2017 or 18. I believe we did the open book exam for the teachers. To we gave 2 or 3 books to them, like 302, 904, 901, and some other book, I don't remember the name. And we gave the question paper at home. You can do it at home. There is no deadline. They give it 60 days. You can finish the take-home test. It was very successful. I'm almost ready to launch that again this year. Now, that is for the teachers. That is what I'm thinking. We should do that too. Because I had several suggestions from many parents that teachers don't know a whole lot what they're teaching. Again, it's very hard for us to teach because we are not having a guru here. So there is something, at least there is an incentive for them to study at home and what to teach. But the students' curriculum, the standardization, it is a good, excellent idea, but I think it is somewhat difficult to execute because small Pathshala, bigger Pathshala, they have different levels. Like Chicago has a 450 student, so you have 30 students here, 30 students here. Some Pathshala has only 30 students. It's very hard to differentiate. So that is a little challenging job. It is. So they can do a recommendation, and with collaboration of JAINA, local Pathshala can do it, and JAINA president can sign it. That is another thing I'm thinking. We'll explore it down the road, but it is something I will definitely consider it. Virendra Bhai?
Couple of things, Pradeep Bhai. Why don't we we leave JAINA aside and why don't we start doing things under JAINA Education Committee itself, like taking that yearly exam or signing the certificates or do JAINA Education Committee being a chairperson, you can do all those things by yourself.
That's fine. That's what I meant. You are very correct. It's not like Jaina's blessing. We can do it. We don't have to wait for Jaina's approval in this. No question.
Right.
I agree. Yeah.
Right. Second thing, anything digital presentation done by like they said Boston or any other one, we can make it available on JNE library, well, like a Pathshala material, and somebody made a PowerPoint presentation or JNA. So that way, if we other what you call the centers wants to use it, they have accessibility of using that, seeing it, and this thing. It can be done on the Jenny library. We can
Okay.
have a section itself, Pathshala, and not only here in USA, but outside of USA, like UK or Africa or wherever else there are Pathshalas working. Because the reason of Jain Pathshala book, putting it on that one, that anybody and everybody world over can access all of these books. So the person who is creating or has created any digital files or any like these can be made available to rest of the community, rest of the teacher groups anywhere in the world, you know.
Okay. Okay. My next slide may have something what you're talking about. It. Can you go to the next slide, please? So I think we just talked about short term, long term, and now infrastructure is a centralized digital modality. That is what we are talking about. Resource exchanges. Like, as I said in the beginning, Nimisa did a play, and I found out from the Jaina teachers meeting, and she gave me all the information. I was able to do the same play with some modification at local center. Same way we can exchange the ideas. So if you go to the next slide, please. Okay. I think no. Go previous slide again. Sorry about that. So I think centralized digital. What I'm thinking with Rajbai's help, we can create a one like a Google Drive or something. People can upload their document, and we need one person to classify them and categorize them according to subject or according to modalities like PowerPoint presentation or a video presentation, something like that. We can put in a one central area, and then we can go further on, classify and categorize accordingly.
Pradeep, I pranam. The USA Part Chart is a WhatsApp group. I have been doing that. Whatever data comes there on a like at a smaller level, at my personal level, I have been doing that. I have been categorizing what comes through PowerPoints, age or topics and stuff like that. So we do have a Google Drive.
Yeah, it's the same concept I'm talking about.
Right,
I've
right.
been following the WhatsApp group, and it's really excellent. People are exchanging the ideas. That is good. So all the
I
ideas we
tons of
talked about is going in a digital form and put in a Google Drive on us.
right on a larger scale, so everybody can access beyond the WhatsApp.
Okay.
One other concern somebody brought it up is like whoever, for example, if a teacher is making a PowerPoint or doing something, somebody has to check that it meets the standards of JAINA, like it is secular, it's accurate, something is not missing information. So that checkpoint has to be there before the upload.
That is a very difficult question you are asking. If I make no, because everybody has their own way of presenting.
Yes, yes.
How you're going to say this is not right or this
No,
is right?
just the facts, right? Like, okay, this is only this is Shwetambar. This fits all the criterias of
Yeah.
or this is completely wrong. This concept is not correct. Like okay, karma the somebody likes explaining, but we know that this is right and this is wrong. So that small change. I'm not saying minute details like grammar or the way of explaining, but just facts.
Okay, it's a good idea, but to be honest, it's going to be very difficult to check all the documents you're going to put in your drive.
Yes,
down the road.
But
that
you have
has
to do
been
that.
some
You
challenging.
have to do that. I mean, if you have the site, then you have to do that.
So we need a lot of dedicated people to check that material.
Because
Well,
when we upload on JAINA, right, we are saying that this is JAINA approved, so we have to make sure it meets the criteria.
yeah, it is worth looking into it for sure before we decide go further. One step at a time and see how we are progressing further. Can Nimisha raise their hands?
Yes, yes. So I had a few things. One is on this most recent point. I think tagging documents and also reviewing them. Some of these things we could leverage AI. I'm not saying we're using AI to generate them, but to classify, label. We can do that. I think it could be pretty reliable on some of those things, more so than other things. So we could consider that. So anyway, that's one point. And then the other thing is that even the content, when we're thinking about appealing to the next generation, there are things that we could think about of, for instance, automatically generating flashcards. Those types of things are very doable now. But maybe there might be some interactive microsites that we can generate given a book. So there are some opportunities to think about the next gen of education, also of AI-based education. But that's one point. The other point I wanted to make was just going back to the reward thing. Standardized exams. I do think we have to understand the unintended consequences of that. There is a responsibility as leaders that we bring forth in what happens when we have standardized tests. And I think we see this in our, public school systems, and then you start teaching to the test, and because that's what the parents might be motivated by. So I do think a grounding from a JAINA education leadership. What does success look like for our students? By the time that they graduate, right, from 12th grade onwards, and they go into the college and the wider world, I am finding that there are some basic things like, yes, they can memorize some facts, and we have a lot of emphasis on sutra learning also in our Pathshala, just because of the community we have too. But so I'm not saying that we don't do it. It's more about what are those goals, and that we reward and go basically promote what we believe is going to help them be successful, right, in practicing and believing. So the Darshan Gnan Charitra standpoint of our Jain philosophy and practice. So, but I do like the idea of still having Jaina Education Padipankal signed certificate that we give to our students. I'm just thinking, what might that be? And so in our Pathshala, we do reward our students, and we stopped actually because people are like, oh, too many trophies and all that. But we restarted again because attendance did go down, especially after the pandemic, huge dip. But we're seeing like now 70% attendance. There's a slight uptick this year because of a lot of new activities we're doing too. But I wanted to just share that I like the idea of enabling the Pathshala teachers and coordinators to recommend, who that person could be, or maybe the top 3 students in however way we want to classify for our own center, and then Pradeep Uncle signs it. So.
All right, that's great. Can you go next slide, please? I believe this should be the last slide.
Vinita Ben wanted to say something.
Oh, sorry, I missed her.
You are on mute, Vinita Ben.
Sorry.
Go ahead now. Can you hear him?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
we can.
Okay. So I agree with Nimisha Ben. I mean, my intent to say that when I said about the standardized exam, I didn't mean. I feel that every center has their own way The only thing what I suggested, because there are kids who have anxiety. Being an educator myself, I know I'm not a big proponent of having standardized testing, but I feel that when you're coming to the Pathshala, there's certain things that the kids need to know. Like if I'm talking about sutras, so it could be basic sutras based on the curriculum we have in Jaina. And some of the kids, even if they don't memorize it, we told the teachers this year that even if they're able to read it, even if it's in English, but as long as they're able to read it and fluently, that's fine. Because I don't want to be, at some point, they will get it. And if they're young, they definitely will get it sooner, versus the older kids will take time. As long there's something to hold them accountable for. That's all it is. I'm not saying that it's got to be a perfect test, and it's not the ACT SAT format I'm looking at. I just feel if we do these tests based on each student's capability and what each center wants their kids to achieve at the end of the year, and some sort of a form, that a certificate that I get with Pradeep Bhai's signature on it, with a little medal from Jaina, it'll makes these kids happy. The only reason I say this, being teaching Hindi at our Pathshala for the past 17 years, the Hindi USA medal and certificate really makes them excited. So that's the idea I thought I'd share here, and agree with Nimisha Ben. Yes, something to reward these kids at the end of the year. That's all.
All right. I think I got some concluding remark. Raj, you want to say something? Go further before I go conclude.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what we were talking about. I'm looking for a hub repository. This is what we just talked about it. Seeking a dedicated member to create and manage this digital infrastructure. We just talked about it. And go previous slide then this please. Okay, so I think our immediate thing, what we can do, again, all things to be done. We cannot achieve everything in 1 year or 2 years. So it's kind of, we have a short-term project, intermediate project. So we can take one book at a time, alphabet with 302 to start, and go further. We can share ideas with each other and make a goal of 6 months time. And whoever wants to review, edit it, track changes, then we can review and make it a better format of these two books. Hopefully, we can finalize in 1 year and publish it by next JAINA convention, not 2027, of course, after that. So that is should be one of the goals we have. And during our first meeting with Raj Bhai, Shweta Ben, Virendra Bhai, I think we talked about comprehensive language curriculum. So go ahead, please. I think California is doing it, San Francisco. I forgot who is doing it. Correct. Language. Oh, Raj, you are doing it. Is it correct?
Yeah.
You are interested. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, please.
Yes. So I was thinking of building one thing. I started with something with utilizing AI, using our NCRT books in India, different grades, and then a couple of books that UK has, and some of them in Singapore also. So I got a couple of content. The problem with is that uh, uh, what is your source language that you're coming to learn Hindi, right? So in India, learning Hindi is the starting point is different than what we have it here, right? So here we can the nearest one curriculum that we can use is from the BAPS Swaminarayan Temple. They have a very nice way of teaching the language grade by grade. So we have tried couple of them, couple of things, but didn't yet get the 100% nice way to easily make it all things work together. I also saw books from Hindi USA. I think that is the website that we have. We have some of the centers are using that too. But they are expensive also, right? Each book $25-$35. And what I wanted to make is something under $5 for the whole set. Like we want to encourage people, and even if that $5 doesn't work, give it free, right? So when we want to encourage people to read or study, we should make them easily accessible. So that was the goal. I'm still not yet done, but if you have any ideas or thoughts on that, let me know. Once I have this framework, I started with Hindi. So once we have the framework, we can go on build for Gujarati next, Sanskrit, and I was also planning on Vedic mathematics.
That's great. Great vision, of course. All right. Well, I don't have anything further. I thank you very much for exchanging your ideas. I think, as I said in my slide here, our initiative editorial reviews we can start doing. This is my way of thinking. Now, again, if you think there's else to be done, I'm open for suggestion. Other books at our center, they're running very well. Like 201, Parinda's book,
Yeah.
Basics of Jainism, that is very highly being used. There was a first book to be translated in Hindi before 12 or 14 years, 15, maybe more than that. So I think that is a really great. So, any other comment? I need all of your support as much as you can, and I will summarize this thing and find out who wants to lead which project, and we go baby step at a time, but I'm sure we can achieve it together.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I think we'll end.
Yeah,
Anybody else? Any other comment? Anybody has it or?
Yeah, Pradeep, I have a comment. Since we have recorded this meeting and you have the email of other people, so maybe we can send them the link of what this meeting was about and all the discussion which took place. So if
Sure.
you can forward it to the rest of the people, at least they will have an opportunity to see it digitally and they can
Sure.
read. They want to.
Yeah. Okay, great. All right.
Pradeep, uncle, I was suggesting at least we can plan already, set up like once a quarter Pathshala teachers meeting.
Okay.
And then we can have like a fixed date, like first Sunday of every first month of the quarter. That way people have that on calendar, and then
Okay.
we broadcast it everywhere we mention. So that way consistently, if you have meeting, you will get feedback, you will get people, you will get volunteers and everyone.
No, that's correct. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So let me I'll get back to you and look at the calendar just to
And
be sure it doesn't
irrespective of availability, right? We continue to have meetings. So even if we are not available, teachers get together, discuss the
Okay.
idea. So quarterly ones would be great to start.
Yeah, and let me look at the calendar because Paryushan Diwali will be coming soon, so we don't want to. I'll suggest my dates to you on an internal basis, and then we can go further. That's a very good idea. All right. Anybody else? No. Can you end with the ending prayer? Shivamastu Darshana.
शिवमस्तु सर्वजगता परहितनिरता भवन्तु भूतगणा दोषा प्रयान्तु नाशं सर्वत्र सुखी भवतु लोकः खामेमि सव्वजीवे सव्वे जीवा खमन्तु मे मित्तिमे सव्वभूयेषु वैरं वज्रं न केणै सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वकल्याणकारणं प्रधानं सर्वधर्माणां जैनं जयति शासनम्.
Thank you all. Good evening. Good night.
Jai Jinendra Badane.
Thank you, Pranam, Jai Jinendra.
Thank
Jinendra.
you.